Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing just happens in politics for the sake of it. Yesterday, Johnson Muthama officially resigned as the chairperson of UDA party. The truth of the matter is that Johnson Muthama was forced to resign by William Samoei Arap Ruto. In case you've been following the politics of this country very closely, then you should have noted that it was just a matter of time before Johnson Muthama was going to be forced to resign from UDA party. Yesterday, he resigned and he gave the reason that he was resigning because he wants to be vetted for the position of the Parliamentary Service Commission. The truth of the matter is that Johnson Muthama never wanted to be a commissioner with the Parliamentary Service Commission. PAC cannot make Johnson Muthama resign as the chairperson of UDA. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys the real story behind Johnson Muthama's resignation as a member and chairperson of UDA party. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. Like for example, this resignation of Johnson Muthama, I'm sure nobody is going to give you the kind of analysis which I'm about to dispense here. And also, for those who are still calling me, sending me messages over the good news which came yesterday, I want to thank you. Yesterday, Boas Bet, I received your wave. Thank you so much. Joseph Mwangi, I received your mail. Thank you. And Tabitha Osamba, thank you guys so much. Raila Odinga will be in Kisumu today. And William Ruto is still outside the country. And a lot of political developments happening in the country. But let us look at the resignation of Johnson Muthama. When William Ruto wanted to build his new party, he reached out to Johnson Muthama. Johnson Muthama was a key player in Azimio. As a matter of fact, when I served as at the secretariat, at Okoa Kenya Secretariat, Johnson Muthama was one of the co-chairs at that time. And Johnson Muthama was a very close associate of Kalonzo Musyoka. So when Muthama decided to leave Kalonzo and Azimio, by that time NASA, to join Kenya Kwanza, I think it was one of the biggest high-profile defection at that particular time. And he did what he did. He committed to UDA. Very few people thought he would not achieve much. But when William Ruto named him as the chairperson, that was, I think, the highest he could go within the UDA party. And Johnson Muthama wanted to become the governor for Machakos. That did not happen. After that, he wanted to become a cabinet secretary. That did not happen. And at some point, you all remember, there were issues with Muthama. But what do you think is the main cause of his resignation? Forget about the Parliamentary Service Commission. That one is just story. That is soft landing. Number one, why Muthama has resigned is actually the entry of Alfred Mutua in Kenya Kwanza. The moment you saw Alfred Mutua join William Ruto's camp, Kenya Kwanza, that marked the end of Johnson Muthama in Kenya Kwanza. And it didn't end there. After the election, William Ruto was declared the president. Johnson Muthama expected to be appointed to the cabinet. That did not happen. What happened was that William Ruto went and picked Alfred Mutua and nominated Alfred Mutua as the cabinet secretary for foreign affairs. If you follow the politics of this country, that actually marked the end of William Ruto and Johnson Muthama. There was no way Johnson Muthama was going to work with Alfred Mutua. No way. If you look at their history from 7 years ago, anytime Mutua is this side, Kalonzo is the other side. In fact, the reason why Kalonzo left NASA was because Mutua joined NASA. So when Mutua now joined Azimio, when Mutua now joined Ruto, it was just expected that he was going to be kicked out. So for me, the entry of Alfred Mutua is what complicated the equation and made Johnson Muthama stay in Kenya, in UDA, untenable. The truth is, just listen to him to get the truth.
Maendeleo Chap can, through its entire team, campaign for Deputy President Ruto as the presidential candidate and vote for him. They can campaign for me and vote for me. They can do whatever they want. But for me to spend time with Mutua and appear in meetings today, before he agrees to work with me and all the political rallies in Machakos where he will stand and first ask for forgiveness for Machakos people and promise to them that when I become the governor of Machakos, he's going to support me and look for how the money was misconduct that was meant for Machakos people, then I'm not ready to go with Mutua to campaign together. And I want you to understand this, and I want to make you to understand this. That has got absolutely nothing to do with the joining of Maendeleo Chap with other political parties in Kenya Kwanza. But with Mutua as a person, unless that air is cleared, I don't think I'm ready to work with him.
Number 2 is cabinet appointments. When William Ruto appointed Alfred Mutua as the Minister for Foreign Affairs, did you expect Johnson Muthama to continue staying in UDA? The truth of the matter is that initially, William Ruto made Johnson Muthama believe that the affairs of Kenya Kwanza government was going to be managed from UDA as a political party, and that Mutua and the Secretary General of UDA were going to have a say in a lot of things, especially as far as cabinet is concerned, that it was going to be like another Rafael Toyo, who was a cabinet secretary without portfolio. So the expectation of Johnson Muthama was that immediately they won the presidency and William Ruto named the cabinet and they was left out and the assurance was made that Kenya Kwanza government will be run from the party. He believed that he was going to be part of the cabinet, even if without portfolio like Tojo. But things changed. Things changed. So today in this country, Alfred Mutua is a cabinet secretary. Wavinya Ndeti, a governor. Of course, Johnson Muthama cannot be appointed to the position of CAS, Chief Administrative Secretary. He can't be appointed to that position. Why? Because already Machakos has a full cabinet ministry, which means he can only be appointed to some director of the board. And you know, Muthama is not your ordinary Kenyan. He's one of the richest guys. So if it's money, he might not need. What Muthama needed is political power. That's why he wanted to be the governor. He was the senator. Of course, the deputy majority leader. Before he contested in Machakos, he decided to contest because he knew Raila Odinga was going to win. So that's Muthama. So basically, the failure by Ruto to name him to the cabinet is what caused all this. Number 3, and this is also very, very important. If you followed the politics of Kenya Kwanza, the moment for the Kenya ANC party, Maendeleo Chap joined Kenya Kwanza, at some point, Johnson Muthama was very clear that there was no deal between UDA party, because he was the chairman, he was saying there was no deal between the UDA party and the other parties. And that what's there was that these parties were engaging as friends. These parties were engaging themselves as friends. The truth of the matter is that, for example, when ANC and Ford Kenya were joining Kenya Kwanza, Muthama was not aware. So he was overlooked. And as the chairperson, he felt slighted. And for me, those were the beginning, because at that particular time, you remember him exchanging, writing letters here, writing letters there. He was a marked man. It was just a matter of time for him to be kicked out. In fact, someone was telling me that in the eyes of William Ruto, Johnson Muthama is stubborn. And therefore, he was going to try to frustrate the merger, because William Ruto wanted to form one main or one big political party. Number four, the fourth reason why he has been forced to resign is that he feels very strongly that he has been used and dumped, that he made a huge sacrifice. Because Johnson Muthama was in NASA Summit, in Azimio, he was playing right at the top there. Those are the truth. Then he became a chairperson of UDA. Of course, he played at the highest level, but he never enjoyed campaigns. We saw William Ruto going to Machakos without Muthama, and he was the chairperson. Do you think Muthama just took it normal that a president would go to his Machakos county with Alfred Mutua, his sworn enemy, without him? So he felt that despite the fact that he made a lot of sacrifices, nobody was appreciating his value in the party. As a matter of fact, William Ruto took Muthama this side and he took Alfred Mutua this side. And they figured out who between these would add value. Someone was telling me that Alfred Mutua had to funded the campaign, coughed around 400 million. I don't know. Hii Kenya iko na maneno mingi sana. So he figured out and he realized that the best person for his politics was Alfred Mutua. So it was just a matter of time for the guy to leave. And lastly, not really lastly, number 5 is that there is Kenya Kwanza merger which is coming. Johnson Muthama is well aware that he's already a marked man. If that Kenya Kwanza is going to merge, then he's not going to be the chairperson. Someone else is going to be appointed the chairperson. And those are his worries. He was going to become a laughing stock. So the best thing, look for a soft landing. But if I were to be Muthama, I would have suggested to be appointed, let's say, an ambassador to the United States of America or the United Kingdom. Then relax there, come back after some time. Yeah, but he's opted to be a member of the Parliamentary Service Commission. You know, the PAC is at the level of Chepkonga. You know, Chepkonga, who left that position to go and contest as a MP again, is in the level like, I know Olaring also served as a member of the PAC. Yeah, so it's a position which is there, lucrative and there, but not that powerful. Very few people will will hear of Muthama the moment he will resign, after he resigned as the chairperson of Kenya Kwanza. But there was fear that he was going to resist the merger. And lastly, Ukambani politics. You know, Muthama is the chair of UDA. He's not a cabinet minister. So assuming today there's an event in Machakos. In that event, there's Ruto, there is Kalonzo, there is Wavinya Ndeti, there is Alfred Mutua, and then there is Johnson Muthama. Then there is the senator there is the governor there, there's the senator there, there's even the local member of parliament. In that situation, the president is there and all these people were to speak. At what level do you think Alfred Mutua will speak? Because he's just an ordinary person. He's not a senator, so the senator will speak after him. He's not a member of parliament. Member of parliament will speak after him. Mutua will speak towards the tail end. Wavinya Ndeti will speak, probably invite Kalonzo, then give her back the microphone to invite the president or to invite the Rigathi Gachagua. What do you think is going in the minds of Johnson Muthama? Because we know Muthama and his big ego. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.